In this video, I'm going to be providing a durability update on my HitchHiker after 50,000 miles and almost 1 year. Let's get into it. Okay, so I have had this Tusca HitchHiker on my 2019 F250 for almost 1 year, and it's been over 50,000 miles. Last year in 2024, when I was still towing campers, I started working with Tusca Outdoors, and I actually helped them test the in-bed truck model, this 79-inch HitchHiker that you see here. This HitchHiker has pretty much been through it all. I was towing campers as an RV transporter for most of the year last year. I stopped in September just because rates fell off, and this was my sleeper. And so it has traveled most of I-80 and I-70 east of the Rocky Mountains, and I've also taken in a couple camping excursions into the woods and used it for recreation. It's been pretty much a do-it-all, bare bones camper. And one of the biggest things that I got in terms of comments when I first started working with Tusca was people saying that this foam would not hold up to the test of time, which is honestly really fair. Like, it's 2 inches of styrofoam covered in this polymer bed liner material. And so if you're not used to working with this polyurea that coats the outside, it's easy to be worried about, like, is this going to stand the test of time? And so I wanted to make a video talking about the condition of it after getting thrashed for almost a year. It's remarkable how well it's held up. I had an ARE fiberglass cap just for kind of context. Okay, so starting here at the back of the HitchHiker, again, this is, I mean, the thing's totally made out of foam. It's, you know, it's not that heavy. Like, I can move this. It's on furniture sliders right now, and I have my power supply and a bunch of other stuff in here. Honestly, the biggest downside with the polyurea that I've found isn't even structural. It's more just that it's really hard to clean because it's textured. And, you know, you'll see here, like, I recently sprayed it with a power washer, and I'm getting kind of these little, you know, runs, like drips down the side. And I think I probably could have done a better job if, like, I scrubbed it with soap. But, you know, it's textured, right? It's gonna collect dirt and grime. And so, I mean, again, in terms of like durability, there are absolutely no complaints with this. Like, I would buy this over a teardrop or like another truck cap 10 out of 10 times, because I think this is just, it's just so much more durable. And this coating, the crazy part is that it flexes, but it won't break. Okay, moving on to the sides. Because I have the truck bed model, have these brackets. These are D-rings that screw through, and there's a matching metal plate on the inside. So you're kind of sandwiching the foam and the polyurea, and you can't drill into the polyurea. You can drill, but you won't put a normal screw in here. I kind of view the foam inside of this almost like drywall. Like, you need to have some kind of anchor. And specifically for the tie downs, for the turnbuckles, you want to have this mounting plate kit because it distributes the weight of the HitchHiker across 4 of these plates at each corner. And so, but I mean, you can see this. This is a surface that has sat outside for a year, pretty much 11 months. And there's just like, there's no rot. There's no wear. Like, all the sealant is working, the caulking around the windows, like everything. There's no water ever in this. I mean, right now it's off my truck. I normally keep it on a deck system, and it just sits outside on furniture sliders. Like, I don't worry about it, you know, having any sort of issues or anything. And all right, this is what the front looks like, and it's interesting. You can see where the polyurea here, because it's pulled up against the front of my truck, has actually worn some of the paint off. And you could add a piece of foam, I think, at the front if you wanted to kind of, you know, give your paint a buffer. I don't really care that much because it's a pickup truck and it has 200,000 miles on it. So I just kind of throw it in there and put that on there. But you could definitely put something up here, but you can see, you know, just how sturdy this is. Obviously, I didn't get a chance to power wash the front of this, so you can see all the drips and stuff. But the main con with the Tusca HitchHiker is that because it's so insulated and watertight, that in the summertime, it doesn't breathe like a tent does. And so you need some kind of forced air because this foam will hold in all of your body heat and just the heat of the air, and it makes it tough to sleep in. Now, if you have just a fan, like a USB port fan with a battery pack, that works. I think adding a max air fan makes a lot of sense. And then the other thing that's nice about these is that like it has 2 sliding windows, so you can open both windows and get a cross breeze. That was what I found was really helpful. But like in the months of June, July, and August, you really need forced air because you will be miserable sleeping in this thing without it. And here is the other side. So this is, again, I mean, I already talked about the other side over there. Has both the D-ring brackets at the front and the back and the sliding window, and there's not a whole lot to talk about. I don't have any damage or dents or anything. This has been driven around for 50,000 miles on a deck system, and it's held up, and it's still leak proof, keeping me dry. All the hardware works. Like that's pretty much it. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel because I am sleeping in the HitchHiker, doing recreation, doing work stuff, working on my truck, and appreciate you sticking around to see all of that. So thank you again for watching. Appreciate it, and we'll see you next time here on Power Stroke Maintenance. Cheers.